What's going on, guys? ChillisFM here, and today Niantic brought new Shadow Pokemon to the world of Pokemon Go. I went ahead and tried out Manetric, which is super glassy already. I don't know if you played it before, but the regular version was a glass cannon. Now it's a Shadow Pokemon, making it even more glassy. But that means the Wild Charge is just going to completely decimate some of these Pokemon. I was really excited to try it out. Let me know in the comments down below which Shadow Pokemon you're most excited about. And if you enjoy the content, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. But without any further ado, let's get into the battles. Alright, jumping into the first battle, I have Chestnut up against Scrafty. That's a pretty good lead for me. I can throw Superpower at Scrafty, which will do super effective damage, and they can't throw anything that's super effective against me. Foul Play is going to be resisted, and Power Punch just isn't going to do much. So there's no reason for me to show this first one. And then I'm going to build up to 2 Superpowers and bait with the Energy Ball. Yes, it's higher energy, but it doesn't debuff me, and I get the shield. That's beautiful. Now I can go straight for the superpower, and they're going to have to go down 2 shields to nothing if they want to keep switch here. They do go down 2 shields. That's a little bit unfortunate for me. I really want to get this Scrafty out of here, but that's okay. I'm going to eat whatever they throw at me, and I'm going to swap out into Skarmory. They answer with a Bastiodon. Of course, that is a wall for Skarmory, and I go for the Sky Attack first. I should have definitely gone for the Brave Bird so that they would get less farm here, and you're going to see in a minute that I'm going to pay for that. So I'm going to build up now, and I'm going to go for the Brave Bird. Since I am a Shadow Skarmory, this does hurt a little bit, but I mean, it's still heavily resisted. It doesn't do too much. So they're going to completely farm me down and have a lot of energy. I'm going to bring back in Chestnut because if I can land a superpower on this Bastiodon, it should take them out. It is double super effective. I just got to get there. Unfortunately, they get to a second charge move. This is going to be another flamethrower. I have to use my second shield. And then this was a pretty obvious catch right here. However, I still throw my move. That's unfortunate. That's okay. I'm going to bring in Manetric, and hopefully I can get to this Wild Charge and take out this Medicham before they do too much damage. They're throwing at me. It's just a Power Punch, but oh my gosh, it hurts so much. And look how much those counters are doing. I'm already in the red. I have to throw this Wild Charge immediately. I cannot let them farm up anymore. It takes out the Medicham, but then 2 Smackdowns is going to take out Manetric. Yeah, there was just no way. I mean, those counters did so much to Manetric. It made absolutely no sense to me. Hey. Oh my gosh, like I knew this was going to be glassy. I knew it was going to be glassy, but I didn't know it was going to be that glassy. All right, looking at the next battle, we have Venusaur up against Venusaur. And you're going to notice I did change up the teams a few times throughout this video, trying to find something that worked with Manetric. However, it was a struggle. I actually played 15 games with Manetric, and I only won 1 of them. So stick around, we'll see. I think actually this one's the win, but we'll see. I'm not 100% for certain. Anyways, we did get a shield off this Venusaur. Now I'm going to just eat the Sludge Bomb, and I can race for this next Frenzy Plant. However, I would rather just let it go at this point. Go ahead and keep the shield advantage. That could be very helpful for me, Manetric. And I'm like, I don't know who I should bring in here. Energy on both of these is pretty good. I'm going to let the game decide. It decides Manetric. I'm good with it. We're going to try to snarl down this Venusaur. We are going to have to shield once, but that's okay. Manetric is going to have a ton of energy. Still, the Vine Whips are definitely hurting, and you know, it would have been very scary if they got to another Frenzy Plant. They bring in Galarian Stunfisk. I'm going straight for my Fire-type move, Flame Burst. It's a terrible move, but it takes out like 70% of this Galarian Stunfisk. That is absolutely ridiculous. If you've never heard of Flame Burst, it's just a worse version of Flamethrower, and Flamethrower is already not a great move. So that was absolutely ridiculous. I bring in my Deoxys, and they have a Skarmory in the back, so we do have Thunderbolt. That's great for us. However, this Skarmory is going to be able to get to a Sky Attack here, and they're going to CMP time me on this next Thunderbolt. I do have to shield this. This Sky Attack would take out my Deoxys, and then I'm going to overfarm just by a little bit and go for the Thunderbolt. I don't think this is going to be enough to take out the Skarmory, so this is still going to be a very close game because they're going to get to another Sky Attack just before I threw my Psycho Boost. All right, Manetric, I need you to finish this one out. One Snarl takes out the Skarmory, and I have another Flame Burst ready to go for this Stunfisk. Stunfisk was super low. No way that I needed the Flame Burst. Wild Charge would have done it. But GG's, we did get 1 win with Manetric. Let's go. Moving into the next matchup, we have Venusaur up against Obstagoon. That's a pretty good lead for my Venusaur because I'm going to be doing neutral damage with all my grass type attacks while I'll be resisting the counters that the Obstagoon throws. Obstagoon will be able to outpace me to the Night Slashes, but you'll see they don't do too much damage. First one, no big deal. Now I overfarmed by a ton because I was expecting them to try to catch, and they still catch on a Skarmory. So this is a double resisted Frenzy Plant. Very good catch by my opponent. I don't know how they did it, but they did. And I should have gone straight for the Flame Burst here. However, I do let them get to a Sky Attack, and I decide to shield it. I probably could have no-shielded it since it is resisted, but we have seen how fragile my Manetric is. I wanted to be able to build up to 2 attacks anyway so that I could threaten the Obstagoon when it comes in. So Obstagoon comes back in, and unfortunately they do throw their Night Slash before I throw the Wild Charge, so I'm going to have to shield again. But that's okay, I'm still going to overfarm by a little bit, and I should be able to get to 2 Wild Charges before they either counter me down or throw another Night Slash. So the first one, they shield, and I'm able to make it to the second one just before I get countered down. We'll see if they want to give up their second shield or let their Obstagoon go. They give up their second shield. Alright, I was really hoping they would let it go, but that's okay. We can bring in our Venusaur to soak up the Night Slash here, and then we can bring in Deoxys. Deoxys will be doing double super effective damage with its counters. But we do have to, of course, watch out for the Night Slashes. The Night Slashes are going to be hitting me for super effective damage. Still, Deoxys is bulky enough that we can definitely tank one. So what do they have in the back? They have a Wigglytuff. If I was going to see a Charmer, Wigglytuff is okay because at least we're hitting for neutral with the counters, whereas the other Charmers would be resisting. But this is still going to be a very tight race. Yeah, the Charms are doing way too much. If I would have had Venusaur still alive at this point, we would have had this game won. But even the Psycho Boost does not take out the Wigglytuff, and the Obstagoon is going to come in and just counter me down. So GG's, well played to my opponent. That one was actually pretty close. Manetric did pretty good work there. But unable to clutch it up, unfortunately. Alright, moving into the next matchup, I'm up against the Deoxys lead, and I try to catch the Psycho Boost on my own Deoxys. However, they hold on to their energy, and they answer with an Umbreon. Now, normally, I would have just stayed in there with my Venusaur, and I probably would have no-shielded the first one, expecting it to be a Rock Slide. However, I was really hoping to keep my shields for Manetric in the back, so that's why I tried to catch. They answer with the Umbreon. There's no way I'm flipping this, but I can at least pressure them with some Thunderbolts and with the counters. So you can see they throw their energy before I throw the next Thunderbolt. That's fine. It'll take out my Deoxys, and they're not at another foul play. So now I can overfarm by a little bit before I throw a Frenzy Plant to take out their Umbreon. This was a CMP tie, so if they wanted to shield this, they could pressure me with a foul play. However, they weren't going to shield that. They bring back in their Deoxys, and now I'm thinking for sure this is going to be a Psycho Boost and dip, but it's actually a Rock Slide. So maybe they're running Rock Slide Thunderbolt, maybe that was a bait, I'm not sure. Either way, I'm going to be able to reach a Frenzy Plant here. So they showed up the Frenzy Plant, which tells me they probably do have Psycho Boost, but still, I'm going to no-shield this. I have to keep a shield for my Manetric, and it is the Psycho Boost. It doesn't take out my Venusaur, luckily. Now I can bring in Manetric and farm up some energy. Now this is just going to be another Psycho Boost, but I felt like I did have to shield it. We'll see what they have in the back after this. They bring out a Politoed. Alright, I'm at 2 Wow Charges, and they're throwing. Come on, Manetric, just survive one Weather Ball. It's just a Weather Ball. Come on. Golly. Manetric, you gotta survive something. Come on. We had 2 Wow Charges. We could have taken out this Politoed, and then we would have been able to get to another Frenzy Plant against the Deoxys. Oh, Manetric, come on. Alright, looking at the final battle, we have Manetric up against Empoleon. I had Manetric in the lead, and we got a good lead. So these waterfalls are definitely chunking, but we should be able to get to 2 Wild Charges before they are able to farm us down. They swap out into Altaria. I stay in to farm all the way up to 2 Wild Charges. Dragon Breath almost takes me out, and then I answer with my Galarian Stunfisk. I go straight for the Rock Slide, and guys, I never play Galarian Stunfisk. I don't know any of its matchups. I know it wins this, but I was really hoping that I could come out of this with a Earthquake ready to go. So I'm going to eat another Sky Attack here. I'm going to farm up to 100 energy before I throw. And then I was really thinking this Rock Slide would be enough to take out this Altaria, but it's not. So then I'm thinking, okay, surely I can Mud Shot down and I can have an Earthquake ready to threaten that Empoleon. But they get to another Sky Attack, and then I realize they're going to be able to Dragon Breath me down, so I have to throw the Rock Slide. Yeah, I know I'm going to get some comments about how to play this better, but I don't ever run Galarian Stunfisk, and it shows. That's alright, we're still going to be able to hit him with a Rock Slide, not that it really matters. We're going to come in with Manetric and go for the double Wild Charge here. Hopefully they'll let the Empoleon go. If not, I do have my Medicham in the back. So they showed up the first one. We'll see if they want to show up this second one. Yeah, they showed up the second one, so they do have a lot of energy on their Empoleon. However, I have 2 shields left. This is looking pretty good for me at this point. So we're going to show up the first Drill Peck, and we're just going to keep farming. I could have thrown a Power Up Punch and probably saved the shield. However, I wanted all this energy on my Medicham. I thought it was going to be very useful. Unfortunately, they have a Mandibuzz in the back, so we're going to be doing neutral damage with all of the fighting type moves. We're going to ramp up our attack with the Power Up Punches, but Psychic is going to do absolutely nothing, so we just have to go straight Power Up Punch here. Hopefully they don't have Aerial Ace for some reason. I mean, Shadow Ball, of course, is still super effective, so I don't know if that would be any better, but yeah, they get the Aerial Ace pretty quickly, and they're only going to need 3 Snarls after that one to get to another one. So another Power Up Punch coming through, but it's just not going to be enough. Mandibuzz is going to be able to take out my Medicham. Maybe if I had XL Medicham, it would have been a little bit better. My Medicham is just level 40 Best Buddy. But, you know, when Manetric's on your team, you're just destined to lose, I guess. Like I said, I went 1-14 with this Pokemon. It's not good. I don't recommend it. But if you appreciate me trying it so you don't have to, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Alright, that's it for today. This is ChillisFM reminding you to always keep pushing forward because you are worth it.